Hello, guys. How are you today? How are you today? Hey, Chrissy. Hey, baby. What's up, Gary? What up, love? How you guys doing? Wait for some more of you guys to come on in because we got a new Church of Gawd. Not new. It's old. It's old. It's not new, but it's old. But we're going to check it out. We're going to start checking out other cult things. They all the same, nothing changed. It's all the same, nothing changed. And we're gonna check it out though. Wait for some more of you to get in here. Hey, Miss Leo, what's up, baby?
Better, healthier, and cleaner air in your home?
Don't forget, guys, hit that like. Hey, sis, what's up, Ewan? Hey, Madiri. I gotta put that on a banner. I have to put that on a banner. So right. That has to be mentioned. That has to be mentioned. Hey, Sona. Bless you, see you too, sis. I know we're getting ready to start. We're getting ready to start. Don't forget to hit that like. Guys, take that time. Hey, Nick. Nick said, enjoy Saturday. I thought y'all know me. I always get my days wrong. And Nick is always correcting me. I caught her behind right on time and said, today is Friday. I caught her. I finally caught her. Because she always getting me all the time. So let me cut this down so we can start this video. Y'all know I like to bring you guys things that we don't see. All right. See, you're supposed to have ginger ale, Nick. See, that's your problem. You're supposed to have the ginger ale. Oh, my God. You too, Sonia. Oh, Dad, give me a glass too, then. Shucks. Forget y'all. Give me a glass too. Wine is fine. It sure is. Hey, Tommy. You better say soda or something. But let's start this. Let's start it. Let's go.
Techniques of mind control are so effective. A lot of people think, oh, if we could just get him or her out of the group, that would be it. It's not as easy as that. Cults are very, very active in the UK. They're damaging individuals, they're damaging families, they're damaging the economy. There are up to 1,000 different cults in operation, and I'm known for being conservative with my figures.
If I need to file your taxes, visit freetaxusa.com. With us, your federal return is always free, and your state return is only $14.99. we've got you covered. And there's absolutely no fee if you need to include a 1099 tax form. We help you find all the business write-offs you deserve, and IRS e-filing is included. Don't pay more than $100 to file your small business taxes. Switch to freetaxusa.com and save.
Let me show you an online website that generates automated income from anywhere you have access to the internet. Now, honestly, you should just hit skip on this video unless you'd like to discover how you can use the world's simplest income generation website to deposit commissions in your own bank account every single day. And just so you're aware, this requires no experience whatsoever. It's completely set and forget, okay? No work whatsoever. You just turn it on and it works for you. It takes literally 15 minutes to set up and generates income for you and everyone else 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. There's nothing like this available on the internet.
I think everyone who manages to escape a cult and build any sort of semblance of a normal life is truly a survivor. The Children of God were formed in 1968 by a former evangelical pastor called David Berg. My parents both joined the cult as teenagers in France. They were both around 17 when they joined. This was in the first decade of the cult's existence, when the cult appeared to be quite an exciting place to be. They married within the cult and began having children. Not long after, they were sent to Thailand, where I was born. The Children of God believed that all Christians should abandon all their personal belongings and families and live fully for Christ. They became quite a large movement. So in total, I believe they had about 30,000 people pass through the cult over the decades that they were the most active. At any one time, there were about 10,000 members, of which about 60% were children because they didn't believe in contraception.
There is hidden population, though less hidden now because some of these young people are coming out talking about their experience, of people who were born or grew up in cults. It's easy for people to say, well, you know, why did you join this group? You're so stupid or needy or weak or vulnerable or whatever it is. You can't say that about the people who are born or brought up in these groups and who've really suffered terribly.
For the majority of my childhood, we lived in combo homes, very large homes, and it was run very much like a military camp. We were divided up by age groups. We had very strict schedules. We all slept together, ate together, and basically they were raising us to be members of God's final army.
The
Religious
final army.
fanaticism or cultish behavior warps the ideology, and it makes it try to perceive to the victim, in effect, that what they're doing is.
If y'all notice, with a lot of these cults, they always make you think of the end. Like, we're doing all of this so we can get to the end. If you know what the end is, right? So, in their mind, the same way with Nature Nut, he was trying to get them to go to the end. He just got caught before they drank that Kool-Aid, if you know what I mean. He just got caught. So, you know, whoever doesn't understand cults, and especially, of course, they're going to say, oh no, not Nature Boy. Oh no, he didn't. No, Karma knew what it was doing, because y'all didn't understand what Nature Boy was getting ready or what he was trying to do. That's why he kept saying that he was at 60%, 50%, because he knew the day of Pentecostal. He knew the day of Pentecostal was coming. If y'all, I already totally explained that what he was doing. Y'all can either check that video out or you can look up the day of Pentecostal. But he was doing it in a reverse type of way. But it's always the end. So they thinking for the greater, okay, now it's time for you guys to go. And they think so. I just want you guys to know that. But people don't understand a lot of things, and they get so involved with the character. They fall in love with the character. They fall so in love with the character that they don't know what these people is really doing. So, we're going to be going through different cults and money cults, these cults. Boy, we just going to go down the line. Why? Because I want you guys to see the same behavior just in different faces now, because we got so used to seeing it. Thank you. No, it's another one, Nick. I got some more lined up for you. But I want you guys to see the same tactics, but in different faces, because we got so used to seeing it, like with the Nature Nut and all of his people and the people that's now. I want you to see it's the same thing, but different faces. Why? So if you see it in front of your face right now, you will recognize the behavior, because now you're seeing it in different phases. So you get the chance to see how different people is going to how a Caucasian may do it, how this type of person may do it, like how this con guy may do it. Same thing, but they're still different people. So it might sound a little different, but it's still the same, if you know what I mean. Oh yeah, can we get 5 people to hit that like button?
Is actually correct. What they're doing is right, even though it's a hyper literal interpretation of the faith.
So not only were we being trained, spiritually and physically to become soldiers, we were told that we would die as martyrs and receive amazing gifts when we got to heaven for our sacrifice. We were told that we would have superpowers, like being able to shoot thunderbolts from our eyes. They also predicted the end of the world several times, which meant that we children were brought up with the firm knowledge that we were going to die most likely in our teenage years.
So I'm not the smartest in the world, but I made $40 in the last 30 days copying and pasting. Luckily, you don't have to be smart.
You have this total belief system or total ideology where you can only believe the cult beliefs, nothing else. This is all you need to know. It covers everything. So, forget all the other things that you might be interested in.
Sonia.
And we can explain everything that ever happened in the world and ever will happen.
Hey, Zaire.
If they can play to some of their fears and tell them that, well, actually, the world itself is coming to an end as well, they portray this, in effect, a doomsday type scenario, which makes those individuals fearful for their own lives.
I can't say I remember many moments where I was happy. I think the fact that we were not allowed to see our parents as much as most children would, or even our own siblings, meant that, you just felt very alone often, no matter how many people were surrounding you. We had a lot of time being brainwashed with Berg's doctrines. No matter what kind of relationship you were in, everyone was encouraged to sleep with everyone else who was in their commune, to the point that they actually had sexual sharing schedules. So people didn't even have the option of who they wanted to sleep with. They were told who, when, and how.
Sounds familiar?
Cults do not allow free choice. Other organizations, the churches, your local social group allows free choice to become a member or not. What you see is what you get in a legitimate organization. That's not what you get in a cult.
Things escalated when David Berg brought out the law of love. He brought out several letters about child sex, in which he claimed that it was acceptable for children to experiment sexually and be sexually active by the time they hit puberty, which for some girls and boys would be about the age of 12 or 13. This, unfortunately, caused quite a wave of child sex abuse in the cult, where every person who was inclined that way took his doctrines as the go-ahead to abuse children. And unfortunately, I was one of them. At the age of 4, I was abused on multiple occasions by an adult man who lived in our home and who looked after us children.
The Children of God have been known for the abuse of people from very early days. And what's happened to people in that organization is quite tragic.
It was in my second year at art school. I had come out of a marriage